Swear like she don't got the answers. Who's the boss? I feel like Tony Danza. Walk up in there like I got the swag. What kind of swagger? I'm the blackest panther. Wakanda, y'all are wasting your time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Take it at the 37. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
On first down, Wentz. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. I would say they went 3-and-out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3-and-out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1-and-out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep down the field into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Wentz to throw on second down. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
The extra point hitting to right upright, but it caroms home, and we are tied at 7. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Austin. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off off at the 11. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because you usually have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Detroit!
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A give to Elliott. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 48 yards.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. The give is to Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Run. Lion.
Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A give to Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Solid.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Try to punch it in with Howard. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Leopard. Over.
They'll look to throw. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Great 15, great 15.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Howard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Wentz going to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And a great move. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw here. A dump off to Elliott. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now Austin. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Sunday. Run.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Lucky 56. Detroit.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Watch him now, Barney.
Back to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They run with Howard. He finds an opening past the 40. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now he's flushed out left. Finding room to the 20. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hitting this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
They go with Howard again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this one is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Shorty. Lion. That's it.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And now here come the Cowboys. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 10th carry now for Elliott. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Fights through. He's got daylight. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 72 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw here. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Gun!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Wentz to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And an alley to run. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Eagles add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Somebody call for the queen.
On my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. Feeling like them in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me sleep rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some bricks by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rest keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture. You got the picture me. Pacific ice, I'm an ocean. Ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never look lucky. My diamonds, they toss me. My neck and my belly. They call it for me and they. You want me like you know look. Yeah, her Rex on her. Yeah, me Rex better calm down. Yeah, if you go around, yeah, whole squad. Yeah, squad goes on me. Yeah, make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah, Farrakhan glass for the trolls. Yeah, you can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with you. My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. Do about tag on. I got it in the bag, man. I'm getting all type of cash. I'm a general. I never duped anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up.